welcome to another broadcast. Let us proceed with what we need to do today. Let's see. We have a new event that's on, the Courteous Collector. Good evening, friend. Might you be interested in learning about the Hatching-Tide festivities? A fledgling festival, Hatching-Tide was born in a prophetic dream visited upon by a Draconia maiden named Jill Eliapo. In her dream, the 12 Archons of old appeared, these heroes who saved the realm from destruction from the 6th Endwalker. Descending from the heaven atop of beautifully decorated eggs, they said to Julie, "Arise, young dreamer, and make ready the vessels for a return." And so she did, painstakingly painting and gilding eggs to match those from her vision. Word of the prophecy spread, and Julie attracted helpers to assist in her toils. After the calamity, the festival grew further, as townfolk and adventurers flocked to celebrate Archons of yore, who many believe had some hand in delivering the realm once again. For this year only, the organisers of Hatching-Tide have joined hands with the planners of Little Ladies' Day in Elita to create a joint event celebration that spans 2 of Eorzea's city-states. Here we can buy. This peculiar contraption creates illusions by weaving together myriad shapes of light. Let's see what these do. Eggies! Lots of eggies! Right. With that all settled, let's see what we got here. Come to enjoy the Hatching-Tide festivities, have you? Hatching-Tide is once more, and I dare say we've outdone ourselves this time. It all hinges on whether we can see Mistress Eliapo's dreams realised. The Princess and the Eggs. Julie Eliapo is looking for someone to help make a dream come true. Welcome, my friend. I take it the Hatching-Tide decorations have caught your eye. Oh, Elita, is that really you? I'd hoped I might see you again, but I did not dare assume. Nonetheless, it warms my heart that you are eager to revel in Hatching-Tide once more. This year, it was again a dream that sparked my imagination. A dream of Gubu, massive and marvellous, standing upon the stage where else but in Ulda, so many miles away. Wreathed in radiant flowers of pink, the darling Gubu held in her hands an egg, decorated most lavishly. And there's but one time of the year when Sandy Brown of the city is scented by peach blossoms in full bloom. Yes, I speak of Little Ladies' Day. The message of Mistress Eliapo's dream was clear. Combine the spirit of Hatching-Tide and Little Ladies' Day to create the most exciting day that a jewel of a city has ever seen. Naturally, we sought out those in charge of the event and brought our proposal before them. 'Tis a pleasure as always, Elita. I see ours is not the only celebration which can boast of your selfless assistance. Mistress Eliapo's proposal was quite unprecedented, and so confident was she in her vision that she had already secured the services of a performer and his Gubu companion before meeting with us. I regret to say not all in Ulda share her conviction. Many doubt the safety of such an act, which has brought our plans for Little Ladies' Day to a standstill. The trepidation is not without cause, mind you. Some 15 years ago, a supposedly tame Gubu ran amok in the streets, causing untold harm. When the Seneschal informed us of these circumstances, I got to thinking, we could hold a hatching tide event here in Draconia, with a Gubu as the main attraction. Not only would this lift the spirits of Gridania's people, but it would prove to those in Ul'dah that the Gubu poses no danger. Truly that would put any doubts to rest. In fact, the performers have already arrived. Nonota and I were treated to a display of their show, and I must say, I have seen a Gubu so pretty and sweet. Out of all the paths forward we could have taken, this seemed to be the only one which might please all parties. I came to Gridania at once, so I could act as a witness for my peers in Ul'dah. Since you're here, might you accompany me to the show? Someone as well versed in this realm's Beast King as you may be singularly qualified to tell us just how docile this Gubu is. Well, I'd hate to see Miss Alepu's dream shattered. As would I. While I'm certain there is nothing to fear, having a stout arm by my side would be most assuring. Well then, it's all is settled. The show of a lifetime awaits at Branch Meadows. You had best not tarry. Agreed. Let us make our way there and speak with Alibond, the performer in charge. Oh, I can hardly wait. Bye! I went to visit the Gubu along with Mistress Alepo. I must say, I never realized just how adorable they could be. The adorable Gubu is even now delivering ecstatic cheer to all in Branch Meadows. Go there and speak with Aldemond. I'm sure he shall be most eager to treat you to the show. Look, here we go. Papaya. Papaya. There he is. Whoop. I don't believe I've ever been this close to one before. Oh, I didn't see you there. Can we help you? Greetings. I am the Royal Seneschal in charge of making Little Lady's Day most memorable for all ladies of the realm. Mistress Alepo has informed us that you have quite a show prepared for us. Ah, we've been waiting for you. You'll be hard-pressed to pick your jaw up off the floor after you see what my Petey has in store for you. I've been watching over her since the day I found her wandering the wilderness all by her lonesome. We spent ages looking for her family, but now I suppose we're all each other has. Petey, a lovely name, to be sure. And those flowers, are they peach blossoms? I dare say she is a very picture of a Little Lady's Day princess. I am glad to hear that, and I know Petey is too. She's thought of little else since the moment Miss Alepo came to us with their peculiar request. There's nothing in this world we love more than hearing an audience cheer, and I think this time we'll earn that and then some. We called this one Egg Surprise. Go on, Petey. That was astounding. Impressive, ain't it? And all it took was a few glamour prisms. Of course, that wasn't where the genius was inspired. It took us days and nights of racking our brains to figure out how to capture the spirit of two celebrations.
In the end, though, I think we did about as good a job as we could ever expected. Now, here comes the rub. Ever since we arrived in Gridania, Petey's been a little on edge. Hate to see her like this, but I think I figured out what's causing it. As you just saw, she's got no problem performing in front of an audience of 2, but when a whole gaggle of revelers showed up not too long ago, she just froze up.
I see. She must not be used to large crowds.
Luckily, I managed to save the show by climbing atop her head. That set her mind at ease and helped her find her courage. But I ain't as young as I used to be, and my knees are already crying out in protest at the prospect of climbing her again. But you, on the other hand, I reckon you got plenty of malms left in those adventurer legs of yours. Might I trouble you to join our merry troop and support PT during her star turn? All you have to do is climb atop her and head towards the crowds. Show them our act and tell the spectators to come to me for an egg of their own. Still plenty to go around.
Leave it to me. If Petey's act is a hit in Gridania, it would do much to allay the concerns of my older compatriots. Best of luck, Elita. Petey is eager to get her show on the road. Speak with Aldemod to ride her.
Trust me, Petey'll love having you aboard. Now's our chance to get these eggs into the hands of the eager Gridanians. She's too timid to wander off on her own, so if something else demands your attention, she'll make her way back to me. Now get out there and give Gridania an egg surprise. Trust me, Petey'll love having you aboard. Now's the chance to get these eggs into the hands of the eager Gridanians. She's too timid to wander off on her own, so if something else demands your attention, she'll make her way back to me. Now get out there and give Gridania an egg surprise.
If Petey's acts are hit in Gridania, it would do much to allay the concerns of my old-time compatriots. Best of luck, Elita. They said the show was over here, didn't they? What? What did I just see? Ah, this must be that performing Goober I heard so much about. Good show, good show. I think I'll get an egg of my own to remember this by. I don't see any eggs. Is this the right place? That was amazing! The rabbits were so adorable! And that crown of peach blossoms is so pretty. I wonder if they give them out with the eggs. Let's go find out. I heard the Hatching-Tide festivities would be held this year, but I've seen nothing out of the ordinary. Oh my stars! What manner of... Oh, you're promoting Hatching-Tide? Yes, I knew that, of course. Splendid trick that was, truly. I never knew Gobus to be adept at anything besides eating. But you've expanded my horizons. Mayhap I'll partake in the festivities this year after all. The spirit of Hatching-Tide is alive in Gridania. Return to Aldemod and tell him of Petey's courageous performances. This might just work. While Petey's expression is inscrutable, you sense gratitude radiating from her. She seems to have enjoyed herself.
Good work, Elita. Same goes for you, Petey. I could hardly pass around the eggs fast enough. And it looks like Petey's managed to conquer her fears. Let's hope these ovations are enough to conquer the seneschals. There's not a single egg left. Good work spreading the word, Elita.
Petey and Pink. The Royal Seneschal has reached a decision. Although I've been but a bystander in affairs so far, what I've seen has been truly inspiring. Petey is possessed not only of a kind heart, but the soul of an entertainer as well. I would have her be the main attraction of our stage in Ul'dah. On behalf of Little Ladies' Day Planning Committee, I invite you to our city as an honoured guests.
Well, I'm not one to decline such an eager invitation. Consider it accepted. But first, I best tell Miss Aliapu that she'll be needing more eggs. Go on to Ul'dah. We'll find our own way there before long.
Wonderful. Then I shall depart at once, and make the stage ready for your arrival. Ahem. You've helped tremendously already, but there's no denying that Petey has taken a shine to you. Now you watch over her in Ul'dah for a while, just until she becomes accustomed to the crowds.
Every stage is different, so it might take a while till Petey finds her footing. But her desire is to see people smile can't be doubted. She'll shine brighter than all the jewels in any merchant's coffers.
Petey appears excited for her next adventure, bringing joy to the hearts of the realm's little ladies. That's the right. Isn't it? Papaya. As expected, Lady Aliapu's dream is coming to fruition. Give the warmest of regards to the Royal Seneschal for me. Our lovely Petey is heading straight from her debut to the grand stage. I must leave at once to go cheer her on. To Ul'dah we go!
Good evening to you, adventurer. Have you any questions regarding the history of Little Ladies' Day or Hatching Tide? I am at your service.
What is Little Ladies' Day?
Once a year, when the peach blossoms come to bloom, Eorzea celebrates the lovely and spirited young maidens who bring such joy to our realm. The origins of the holiday can be traced back to the events that happened some 3 centuries past, when the Thorn dynasty still reigned in Ul'dah. The plucky Princess Ediva, tired of being sequestered within palace walls by her overprotective father, the Sultan Baldric Thorn, exchanged garb with a miller girl and wandered off into town in search of adventure. Upon learning of his daughter's disappearance, the Sultan was stricken with panic. He summoned the palace guard down to the last man and ordered them to tear the city apart to see that no harm befell his precious princess. And tear the city apart they did. The poor miller, whose daughter assisted the princess in her escape, saw his house nigh ripped from the ground, while the family was threatened with imprisonment and worse. To the good fortune of all, Princess Ediva was soon found just outside the palace walls. When she confessed the true reason that she had run away, her father was racked with guilt for his actions. He had the miller's house rebuilt by his most skilled craftsmen and offered to personally serve as seneschal to the miller girl for a day to atone for his actions. The common folk were deeply moved by the Sultan's newfound compassion. The Sultan himself, vowing never to forget the lessons he had learned, declared that each year he would serve as a seneschal for a young girl chosen from the townsfolk by lot. The tradition continued long after Sultan Baldric's death, living on even as the Thorn dynasty gave way to the O. In time, it spread to other nations, where it took on new forms, eventually evolving into the Little Ladies' Day and celebration that we know and love today.
Who was Princess Edva?
Princess Edvia was the one and only daughter of Sultan Baldric of House Thorn, the Huron noble house that ruled Ul'dah some 300 centuries ago to the day. Her disappearance from the palace, the commotion that followed, and its eventual resolution, oft retold as the Legend of the Lost Lady, are said to represent the origins of the celebrations we know as Little Ladies' Day. It is said that before the events of that day, relations between the spirited princess and her stern, overprotective father were strained at best. Though the father claimed to love his daughter dearly, the form this love took was a stifling sort. The princess's disappearance and return changed everything. Sultan Baldric gained a newfound respect for his daughter's independent nature, while Princess Edva realized that her father's treatment of her was born of simple misunderstanding, not lack of love. The bonds between the two grew only stronger in the months and years to follow, and the two came to be celebrated as the most ideal embodiment of father and daughter that the realm had come to see.
What is Hatchingtide?
While Little Ladies' Day and Hatchingtide have up until this point been two separate events, this year the organisers of each have joined hands to bring twice the festive spirit to the realm. As you may already know, Little Ladies' Day is even now being held in Ul'dah, while Hatchingtide is filling Gridania with smiles. If you have the time, I urge you take your fill of excitement in both celebrations.
Peach and cherry. There's the peach one. And there's the cherry one. Ah, you arrived. You'll be glad to know that I've managed to win over the planning committee with my story of Petey's show. Ul'dah gates will be cast wide for her arrival. If she is amenable to the idea, I would have her be the star attraction of this year's stage. But the first order of the day is to spread the word. If we tell the citizens what we saw in the Brentmarsh Meadows, it's my hope that they will welcome Petey with open arms. And if our show is a success, then we will have managed a celebration which spans from Gridania to Ul'dah, painting smiles upon the faces of the realm's little ladies and egg fanatics alike. I shall stay here and drum up what interest I can. Elita, pray head to the steps of Thal and do the same. Meet me at the stage afterwards, and together we can shower Petey with applause. Aldemord and Petey will wait outside the city gates until the appointed time. Until then, it's up to us to spread the word, and muster the largest crowd we can. Yeah. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. I get so distracted by some of these decorations that you put up. Ah, I didn't know Goobos were capable of anything more than mindless eating. Are you sure this show isn't just watching a beast chomping on hay? The crowds of Gridania gave her a standing ovation. Ovation? Well, when you put it that way. Besides, it's not as if I've got else to do. Alright, look for me among the crowd. A Gooba performer? Aren't they dangerous? I suppose a friend of mine was raving about the show she saw in Gridania. If it's the very same, I suppose it's worth a look. Oh, that was easy. A Gooba here in Ulda. Oh, that dredges up terrible memories of the rampage I witnessed as a child. How do you know that won't happen again? Have you seen this Gooba with your own eyes? Yes, and she's brought countless smiles to the people of Gridania. Is that so? Well, I see no reason why you would lie to me. Very well, I shall go. Perhaps in this way I can conquer my fears. The time of PT's performance draws near. Speak with the Royal Seneschal before she takes the stage. We have little ladies' cheese all over the place. Oh, and there's this up here. Grrr. This crowd's got even my knees shaking. I can't imagine what Petey must be feeling. It'll be excellent. Hey, where's the third one? Oh no! Where's my favorite one? Thank you for coming. Next is the main attraction. It'll be excellent. Such grace. Where's the yellow one? My thanks, Elita. It seems word has spread even further than I'd hoped. And while this is cause for celebration, Petey appears to be intimidated by their expectant gazes.
Grrr. Of course, you could just hop on her head and she'd calm down just like that. But we can't lean on you forever. Why don't you rally her spirits with some encouraging words, Elita? Seems she's warm to you, and I reckon she'd appreciate whatever you have to say.
She can dazzle them, but she just needs to believe.
Come on, Elita, rally her spirits like you would your allies before a death-defying battle.
Grrr. Petey is frozen by fear and fright, but she may come to you if you rally her spirits. Here we go, Rally! Where is Rally? Rally ho! Come on, you can do it!
Truth be told, this is her first time performing alone in front of so many people. I can see why her legs won't listen to her heart.
Little Lady's Day needs its princess.
That did the trick! You've really got a talent for lifting the spirits of the downtrodden, Elita.
We are in your debt, truly.
It's almost time. Lady Elita should have arrived by now. Elita, pray join the bystanders and give Petey your heartiest cheer.
Petey is ready to take to the stage, join the other bystanders to see what she has in store for Alda's little ladies. The show shall start anon. Go on, join the crowd and lend your voice to the cheers.
Your words were like a drop of water on a hot day. I reckon Petey might even like you even more than me. And now for the final act. Bedecked in bloom and flowers, the Scooby Princess has prepared something unforgettable for all the little ladies out there.
Woohoo! This is just how I envisioned it in my dream. And to think I ever believed Goobos were not but wild beasts. Oh, I simply adore her. If Hatching Tide is even as half as still as this show, I'd best catch the next airship to Gridania.
Heh, all's well that ends well. The little ladies get a real show and Hatching Tide gets even more egg seekers.
Their smiles are like so many flowers in full bloom. Petey will be the talk of Old Da for moons to come.
That she will, that she will. I have to thank you, Miss Elita, for giving us both the chance to bring a little brightness to so many lives.
Hey, there's the third one. Where was she before? We hope you enjoy yourselves. Little Lady's Day is far from over. Things are just heating up. I've left Nonata in charge of goings-on in Gridania. Oh, would that she could come see my dream come alive. Petey appears elated by the crowd's reaction and gazes at the stage longingly.
I reckon Petey had the most fun out of everyone here.
Thank you, Petey, for bringing joy to the citizens of Ul'dah, especially its little ladies. That was better than I could have imagined. Hatching Tide and Little Ladies' Day both will be remembered as the highlights of the year.
Couldn't have done it without your help, Elita. We'll both be looking back on this experience with fondness for the rest of our lives. Speaking of which, I've got to thinking maybe it's time I leave this performance business behind me and let Petey spread her wings. I think she'd be more than happy by your side if you'll have her. As for me, I have it in my mind to find a place to settle down and rest these old bones. I'd hate to tie Petey down when she's just found her passion. If you bring her along on your ventures, she'll be able to deliver smiles to the corners of the world I've only heard tales of.
How could I say no?
Truth be told, I only asked you as a formality. Ha! I know I've placed her in your good hands, Elita. I look forward to hearing of her exploits as I while the days away.
I don't mean to be rude, but I am required in Gridania. Nonata must know how perfectly my dream manifested.
Heh, give the lass our regards, eh? I'll stay here in Ul'dah until the festivities end, and who knows, maybe longer.
And with that, allow me to thank you personally, Elita. No princess in all the realm could have asked for a more devoted seneschal. And that includes Petey. Seeing you dote upon her dutifully reminded me why I volunteered for this position in the first place. Although Petey's show has concluded, Little Lady's Day has not. Pray enjoy all that we have prepared. And don't be a stranger in Gridania either. A curved horn that when blown emits a flowery tone that brings Petey the Goobly Maiden lumbering to your side. She's Gooboo and she's Grace. I know you and Petey have adventures wilder than I could ever imagine. Make sure to come and visit and regale me with your tales, eh? The crowd is lively as I've ever seen it. Would that Petey could be our star every year. Hailing from a place where the peach trees bloom, this winsome Gooboo Maiden was found and taken in by the travelling entertainer Aldemon. After delighting the crowds of Little Lady's Day, she made the decision to join you on her adventures in order to spread more cheer. Place these peach blossoms in your hair and become as princesses. Dazzles ladies, seneschals, and fellow Gooboos alike with egg-related arts. Nothing new there. Let us go to Gridania. Go to a theater. excellent and exciting hatching tide to you, Elita. We hope you enjoy all that we've prepared this year. Ah, you came after all. As you can see, the citizens cannot get enough of hatching tide. Go on and enjoy yourself.
Eggs! Tomber eggs! Such adorable decorations are sure to turn tombres from symbols of terror to objects of adoration.
The Sylphs had a bit too much fun last year, so we put tomber eggs here and there to keep those tricksters away. Look at it now, though. I only hope they don't scare away more revelers than Sylphs. I must say the organisers of the festivities have outdone themselves. That Gubu turned me into an egg fanatic. Ricky do trick! See Ricky's trick! I came here during my break to see how the festivities were coming along, but I imagine I see it for myself. And you don't sell anything else. So that is everything from the Little Ladies Day event. Let's see, and I'll go to Draconia, or to Imperium rather. And on my mount. He's cute. Yeah. Thank you all for watching. Love you all. Mwah! Mwah! Mwah!